Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Thai, Washington, D.C. Today I'm very pleased to have all of you to come and practice in one-day meditation retreat together. Today is the second Saturday on August 11, 2018. I have opportunity to come and see all of you. Usually I have been very busy during this time because of my duty, and in periods of time we have many activities in Wat Thai, or I have my duty to serve the Thai community and the another function. But anyway, at least you can make it on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. We meet here in the Buddha Hall of Thai, Washington, D.C. Today I'd like to talk about mindfulness because it's so important. When we practice meditation, the main purpose of meditation in Buddhist tradition, especially in Theravada tradition, mindfulness is the mental practice which is proven to improve your life in many ways. With as a little time as 20 minutes a day, you can start living in the moment. Free your mind from anxiety, a happier life. The advantages of mindfulness list I can show you, and many scientists studies, but in fact we are still just beginning to understand the true value of these practices. The practice of mindfulness comes from Buddhist tradition. I can tell you, many people may say that, the word meditation, there are many religions or many beliefs that they practice meditation. But Buddhist meditation is the mind training, the mind development, because of the word meditation translated from Pali. The root of Pali language means that bhavana means that the developed, improve, or increase the ability of mind. So I can say that the practice of mindfulness comes from the Buddhist tradition. In another tradition, they may say that the mindfulness from different way, or that is not from meditation. In the West, it is treated mostly as a form of cognitive therapy. See, they use mindfulness in the field of the physical and mental treatment. The focus is on noticing your breath and bodily sensations. It is the way to develop the mindfulness. Just observe or notice your breath. In Buddhism, we call these techniques the breathing exercise, or anapanasati. One of the sutra in Buddhism talking about the way to breathe and use the breath as the object of meditation. The purpose of practice is to provide relaxation and equilibrium by developing mindful awareness around your thoughts and mental states. So the practice of mindfulness has been extensively studied, and now is proven beyond any doubt that it's effective. I highly recommend to try it and develop it as a habit. It will change your life for the better in most unexpected ways. So practice meditation or develop mindfulness. You just sit and observe your breathing in and out. So just 30 minutes, 20 minutes a day is enough. Like we are doing exercise in the morning or in the evening. Whenever you have time, then you can do it immediately. Or even you sit in the workplace, in the office, on the chair in your office, but nobody disturbs you at the time. At that moment, you can observe your breathing in and out. That's one also will develop your mindfulness because you are experience the moment here and now. The benefits of mindfulness meditation. If you want to conquer the anxiety of life, live in the moment, live in the breath. It is the definition of mindful living. The benefit number one, it allows you to let go of your ego and break the illusion of the selves. The untrained mind is controlled by thought. Thoughts naturally appear in your mind. Your brain involved over millions of years to generate them and let them capture your attention. Your mental space changes constantly. There are new worry, emotions, wishes, desires, and aversions. Normally we identify ourselves with these thoughts. We believe they are the parts of the identity. But that's simply not true. Thoughts are an emergence, properties of the mind. By practicing mindfulness, you can simply observe them without reaching and attaching an emotional weight to them. You can free yourself from the feeling of being an author of the thoughts inside your mind. There's no one there to really listen to yourself talk. In Buddhism, it is called non-duality. If you are looking for the way to integrate mindfulness in your everyday life, I highly recommend that you read Mindfulness in Plain English. This book, written by the most venerable Bhante Gunaratana, who lived in the forest monastery tradition in West Virginia, the Pavana Society, that's the name of meditation center in West Virginia. So it's very unique, that temple. You are welcome to enjoy sitting and separate yourself from the society. The benefit number two, it lets you look at the world through the eyes of a child. In Zen tradition, they talk about the beginner's mind. It's a quality of looking at the world as if you're the first time, like everything is miracle. These kinds of awareness precedes language and attachment of names or to things instead of putting everything into little momentum. You start to see the world from the broader perspective without conceptual. In a Zen habit article on the topic, what is beginner's mind? It's dropping our expectations and preconceived ideas about something and seeing things with an open mind, fresh eyes, just like beginner. The number three of the benefits of mindfulness is frees you from deeply ingrained mental conditioning. Bad mental habits can be overcome, but only if you recognize them for what they are. Mindfulness is very helpful here because it lets you distance yourself from your unhelpful thought partners. If you are a smoker, the desire to smoke may appear every time you eat a good meal or have a drink. In psychology, it's called behavioral trigger. Normally you would oblige it and grab the cigar almost automatically. But by the practicing mindfulness, you can actually observe the visceral feelings of desire which arise when you are in the presence of the physical trigger. In this case, you are more likely to see the feeling for what it is, a mental habit, and question its validity. If you do it long enough, the old habits that have such a strong grip on your psyche will start to slowly dissolve. If you do it long enough, the old habits that had just a strong grip on your psyche will start slowly dissolve. Mental habits and creativity, Martin Batchelor says. As we meditate, we become more aware of the habitual nature of our thoughts. I think of this level as consisting of the mental groups that our thoughts habitually follow. Meditation helps us break free of these habitual patterns and unleash the originals and creative powers of thought. The benefit above all, it lets you live in the moment. During the waking life, our brain functions by using the so-called default mode network. What it means is that by default, there's a regions of our brain which constantly generates thoughts, anxiety, worries, and threats. Researchers found that if we are able to decrease the amounts of brain activity in this network, even if for short periods of time, you tend to be much happier because you are not clinging to every thought. You can do it by losing yourself in a moment, engaging in meaningful activities, and achieving the state of flow. Basically doing anything that will keep your thoughts. There are good areas to believe that mindfulness meditation leads to reduced default network activity. And it's not only during your session, you can actually transfer these benefits to your everyday life. People usually consider walking on water or in thin air a miracle, but I think the real miracle is not to walk either on water or in the thin air, but to walk on earth. Every day we are engaged in a miracle which we don't even recognize. A blue sky, white clouds, green leaves, the black, curious eyes of a child, our own two eyes. All is a miracle. It is the quote from Videsratanaporn speech. The benefit number 5, it helps you to develop more compassion for yourselves and others. Being compassionate is among the top teachings of the Dalai Lama. In Buddhist tradition, there are even special practices like loving kindness, metta bhavana, which allow you to be more compassionate towards yourselves and others. Mindfulness is actually proven to produce more feelings of kindness and compassion. According to the lecture by the Dalai Lama, compassion and affection help the brain to function more smoothly. Secondarily, compassion gives us inner strength. It gives us self-confidence, and that reduces fear, which is turn keeps our mind calm. Therefore, compassion has two functions. It causes our brain to function better and it brings inner strength. These then are the cause of happiness. It feels that it is like that. The benefit number 6. It generates a lot of joy and laughter in our life. It's quite common to see master meditators filled with joy and feelings of well-being. Matthew Richard, the happiest man on the planet, spent countless hours on the meditation cushion. He was hooked up to 256 sensors and the brainwave scanner, and to the amazement of everyone involved, it turned out that this brain produced of the charged levels of gamma waves, which are usually associated with the intelligence, compassion, self-control, and feelings of happiness. According to the articles in the Smithsonian magazine, Matthew's activities in the left prefrontal cortex also went up rapidly relative to the right half, which indicated a large increase of happiness and unlikeness for negativity. The benefit number 7 is improves your focus and quality of your thinking. Studies conducted by Jesper Panois revealed that mindfulness decreased the amount of mind wanderings and improved mental focus. He took 12 experienced meditators and juxtaposed them with 12 non-meditators. Then he scanned their brain with MRI. It turned out that meditators had more stability in their ventral post-traumatic conflict, which is associated with the default mode network. Sarah Racers, a Harvard Medical School instructor in psychology, who also conducted study on the benefits of mindfulness, says, throughout the practice of meditation is associated with a sense of peacefulness and physical relaxation. Practitioners have long claimed that meditation also provides cognitive and psychological benefits that persist throughout the day. Number 8, it helps you to observe and not react to your emotions. Being a good meditator gives you more emotional stability. You don't get taken over by anger or fear because you have the ability to observe the emotions and notice the sensations associated with them. Normally, you would be overcome with the emotion because there are no time for you to see it as a mental phenomenon arising in consciousness. Another great advantage of the meditative mind is that you can shorten the duration of negative emotions. Some people can be angry or anxious for hours, but if you are well trained, you can dissolve this kind of emotion in minutes. According to the study conducted by the University of Utah, people who reported higher level of mindfulness described better control over their emotions and behavior during the day. In addition, higher mindfulness was associated with lower activation at bedtime, which could have benefit for sleep quality and future ability to manage stress. Number 9, it's a great remedy for anxiety. One of the main articles about the meditation is that it allows you to live in the moment. It's hard to get your head around what living in the moment exactly means, but basically it's that you don't dwell on the past and you don't worry about the future. You just enjoy the moment. The mind is just a tricky mechanism. Even when you engage in one of the most pleasurable activities, like sex or fun with your partner, you can start thinking about what do I have to do next? And oh no, that project at work. How about applying some mindfulness and enjoying the moment while it lasts? Daniel Goleman, the author of Emotional Intelligence, explains this nicely in this video. Number 10, it's a great remedy for